Welcome to AV Sparks, and in this video we're uncovering the most fascinating facts that will change the way you see The Godfather, delving into the untold secrets and behind the scenes revelations that you never knew about this cinematic masterpiece. At number 4, Paramount Studios didn't actually want Marlon Brando for the role.
These are his exact words. As president of Paramount Pictures, Marlon Brando will never appear in this motion picture.
The studio pushed the director to cast Laurence Olivier as Vito, but once they'd seen Brando's screen test, they agreed to pursue Brando because of how good he was. Doing a screen test is not something Brando would normally have done, and in this case he didn't either, because Coppola had convinced Brando that he was doing a makeup test, which in reality was the screen test the studio had demanded.
And said, oh, what if I do some makeup tests, I said, to get around the screen test.
When Coppola showed the studio the footage, the executives didn't even recognize Brando under the makeup, and they were so impressed that they cast him immediately.
And then they will fear you.
Number 3. Francis Ford Coppola was constantly at risk of being fired during the production. Coppola, who got the job because of his previous movie, The Rain People, wasn't the director that Paramount Pictures wanted for The Godfather. There was 4 other directors who all turned down the job before Coppola came on. And after filming began, executives didn't like the brooding, talking drama that Coppola was shooting. The studio wanted a more salacious gangster movie, so it constantly threatened to fire Coppola, even going so far as to have stand-in directors waiting on set. Coppola was about to get fired until he shot that scene where Michael kills Sollozzo and McCluskey, which the executives saw and loved, and from then on, his job was safe. Number 2. Coppola took advantage of mistakes. Once Coppola was in the driving seat, he really knew what he was doing.
He's not on the list, but Luca Brasi wants to see you.
Lenny Montana, who played Luca Brasi, the bumbling mafioso who stutters in front of Vito Corleone in the opening scenes, was formerly a professional wrestler before becoming an actor.
Don Corleone, I am honored and grateful that you have invited me to your daughter's wedding.
He was so nervous delivering his lines to a legend like Brando during that scene in The Godfather study that he didn't give any good takes at all the entire day's shoot. So Coppola really had to figure this out. So what he did was he worked it into Brasi's character. Because he didn't have time to reshoot the scene, Coppola added a new scene of Luca Brasi rehearsing his lines before going in to see The Godfather, to make Montana's bad takes just seem like Brasi was simply nervous to talk to The Godfather. Amazing initiative from the director. Number 1. The horse's head was real. The production got a real horse's head from a local dog food company. The studio had encouraged Francis Ford Coppola to use a fake horse's head, which they did, but he didn't like the mock-up.
I haven't seen the scene, I don't know. It's a horse's head,
It's a
I
horse's
think we can
head,
say.
and it's a real horse's head.
Well, how do they get it? How do they do a thing like that?
I think the dog food people use horse meat, and they got the head from the dog meat factory and put it in my bed.
The art director picked a horse that looked like the prop that they'd made, and they said to them, when this horse is ready to be slaughtered, send us the head, please. Coppola, in a later interview, remembered one day a crate with dry ice came and a horse's head in it. Right or wrong, this really added to the scene, as John Marley, the actor who played the producer, wakes up in his bed absolutely traumatized in real life and in character by what he sees.